To Project Expat. This is probably the episode that most of you are wanting to hear because it is everything you need to know about visas. So what type of visa you are able to get to move to Spain, how to get it, and how long it takes, and where you need to be to get it. So I have a call right now with an immigration lawyer here in Spain. Her name is Carla. We are doing this during the state of alarm, so it is going to be over Skype. Otherwise, I would go see her in her office. But she knows all about my situation, and we're going to talk about if it would be best for me to get non-lucrative visa, if I can qualify for a dual citizenship since my great-grandparents are born here. And then also what's going on with my current 90-day tourist visa since we're in a state of the alarm. This morning we got notified that it just got extended, so I need to see from her if there's anywhere I need to go to get a new stamp or something in my passport. So let's see what she has to say.
Non-lucrative visa, you should process that visa from your country.
Okay.
From the embassy.
Okay.
Some of the process you can do it from here, but others you have to go back and do it from
here.
The non-lucrative visa means that you will only receive a residence permit.
Yeah.
It will not allow you to work.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
One of the quickest is very easily to get.
Mm-hmm.
If you have all the documents, they could take maybe two weeks.
Oh wow.
Okay. So the most important to process this kind of visa is that you could show that you have at least 25,000 euros
mm-hmm.
in an account,
mm-hmm.
and that money you should have it at least the last 6 months, because they will see if you have it before doing the process.
Okay. So you mean you should be able to show that you've already had it in your account before you started the visa process, not like you randomly acquired it. Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
They're very smart.
I was just like, wait, why would they want to see that? But it makes sense. Like you suddenly got 25 grand to move. That's kind of sketchy.
They usually see your back statement 6 months before.
Okay.
You should show that you had that money.
Okay.
At least a month.
Gotcha. So you're not escaping the country. Got it.
Mm-hmm. They also ask that you have a private insurance.
Mm-hmm.
And the private insurance, if you're here and you're going to do the process, is better and cheaper if you hire the company here in Spain.
A health company?
Mm-hmm. A health company.
And can you hire that before you get approved for the visa?
You need to show that you already have it before the application.
Okay. So could I get it as a tourist right now to be able to show it for my visa? Okay.
Yes. What else? They will ask for you to not. They will ask for penalty records. That you have a document that you do not have any penalty records in your country.
Okay.
And that document also needs to be legalized, and you need to do it a translation for the document. A document that says that you don't have any contagious health problem.
So you have to get a checkup beforehand? Okay.
You will enter to the country with a residence permit.
Mm-hmm.
And if you decide later on to change for a work visa, you can do it.
Okay.
And the first authorization, they give it for 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
But as long as you have the same documents, you can renew it.
Each year.
And yes, no. The
Oh.
second card is for 2 years. It's 1, 2, 2, other 2.
Mhm.
So 1, 2, 2, and 5 years.
And then 5. Okay. So say I have the non-lucrative visa and I have like a year, my first year. How does that work with traveling in Europe with, like, do I still have to get a visa for the Schengen states or?
No, as long if you're not. Remember that. Let's talk about the non-lucrative. Because the student. Well, the student also actually, but if you're here legal,
Mm-hmm.
with the student visa or with the non-lucrative, you can travel
In
in
Schengen.
another European country,
Okay.
but you cannot work there.
Okay.
And there is another thing very important because you travel a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You're telling me you travel a lot. It's about the requirements to renew the visas.
Okay.
Because you're supposed to be here living as a resident.
Mm-hmm.
So you at least must be here 6 months in a year.
Got it.
Let's say, for example, that of course, if you travel in Europe, you will not have any stamp. So it's not problem if you're going to renew, because when you renew the visas, they usually ask for your passport, complete
Mhm.
pages,
Mhm.
so they want to see the stamps.
Got you. So as long as I'm in Europe for 6 months, is what you're saying,
Uh-huh.
then it's okay.
You're not supposed to go out from Europe? Yes.
Got you. Cool. That works for me.
Okay? Since for you to be here as a resident and with a residence and work permit,
Uh-huh.
it's very difficult.
Okay, so that's way harder.
Very difficult, almost impossible.
Almost impossible. And that's because, I just want to make sure I'm hearing this right, because they want to make sure that there's no Spanish citizen that needs the job. Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
So they make a they publish the offer. So unless you do something very specific
Yeah.
and very.
Got it. Okay. That makes total sense.
Hey, also, it's like in United States, more or less, if you do not marriage, here is less than married. It's called pareja de hecho.
Yeah, that's what Corey has, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That allows you to have very quickly a residence and a job. It's a residence and job permit.
That's funny. And then the only other thing I wanted to ask you, actually there's 2 more things. Is there any chance that, like, in the future I would be able to get dual citizenship by having great grandparents that were born here?
But your grandfather get it, your father get it, and then you can get it.
Oh, they all have to have it.
Yes.
Okay, because I have great grandfather, but then they went to Cuba, and then then the grandfather was Cuba and the father was Cuba.
No.
No. Okay.
Anyway, other ways for you to get the Spanish nationality.
Mhm.
First, in order to get the nationality,
Oh, okay.
it's 10 years legally. The way you can short that time is that you get married. Because it's Spanish, boy or girl, it doesn't matter.
Okay, married. Okay.
That is 1 year. Okay?
You have to be married for a year.
If you marry for a year, then you can get it.
Like the U.S., where people come and they paid the girls to get married, they get the citizenship. You can't own property unless you're a citizen.
No, you can have a property here.
You can buy it with a visa?
Yep.
Oh,
You can buy a property even with being no resident here.
really?
Yeah,
I could buy
if
one
you
right
want.
now?
Yes,
Ah!
if you want.
Well, good to know.
Mhm.
Cool. All right, cool. And then my last final question, I guess, is it's new because I just got the notification this morning about our visa. We get another 3 months, whatever. do I need to do something? Like, do I need to tell someone? No? They'll just know? Okay. Because I was just worried, like, about when we finally do go to leave, they're going to be like, oh, March 5th, you've been here for way too long.
No. Now, actually, it's frozen, like you said. But in the moment the alarm state it's over, then you start to count.
Again, from the date that it was frozen.
Yes.
So I think we have, like...
You already have 3 months already.
Yeah. So we have, like, 80 days left. Perfect. Very interesting times. Very interesting. Well, I guess my best option, I think, will be using this tourist visa, obviously, and then, but the next time I do go back to the U.S., I'll probably try to apply for that non-lucrative one from there. Alrighty, so in conclusion from that phone call with the immigration lawyer here in Spain, it looks like the best option for most of us is going to be applying for a non-lucrative visa, which you need to do from the United States, from the Spanish embassy, wherever you live. So for example, I would need to go back to LA and apply for it at the Spanish embassy in LA. She said it takes the fastest amount of time to get, so about 2 weeks. You do need to give them your passport, which is scary for some of us. Other things you need to do are prove that you have $25,000 in an account that was there before you started the application process, aka you can't just magically acquire 25 grand and want to escape to Spain. With that visa, you are a resident, so you get complete residency benefits. You can own property if you want, but you can also own property with just a tourist visa if you want. You also need to stay in Spain for minimum 6 months, or the Schengen states, out of the year to maintain your residency if you want to renew your visa for the next year. The first year you get it for 1 year, the next year is 2 years, third year is 2 years, fourth year is 5 years, and so on. You can eventually change to a work visa, but she said work visas are pretty much impossible to get unless you are in a job position that is very, 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 very much needing of you specifically. So, for example, you can't just come here and apply for a job as a server because technically there are Spaniards who need the job as a server over you. If you're the only English-speaking microbotanist in weird plants that there's no one here that can do that in English, then you have a better chance of getting a work visa. Anyway, there's also, if you happen to meet a Spaniard and get into a relationship, you can get a civil domestic relationship visa. More information on what that's actually called on the blog post. And that will give you residency for 5 years. I know 2 people here that are doing that. And then the easiest way to get actual citizenship is to simply get married for 1 year. So for all of you hopeless romantics that want to come to Spain and try to get married, go for it. That's an option. Oh, and last but not least, there is the student visa. So if anyone is looking to take courses, I am not, but you can do that. That's an option. You just don't have a residency. You just have the student visa. All right, so that covers all of the possible visas you can get to move to Spain. Again, for most of us, if you are working digitally or remotely, your best bet is the non-lucrative visa. Otherwise, you're going to have to kind of sneak around with the 3-month at a time tourist visa like we are. Hopefully that helps answer some of your questions about visas. Feel free to leave me any questions about it in the comments and see the blog post for Carla, the immigration lawyer's information if you would like it.